Let's talk about hope. You know, it seems like such a simple word, but it's genuinely one of the most powerful forces in our lives. You could say it's the starting point for pretty much everything we are and everything we're ever gonna be. Today, we're going to explore the very beginning of this incredible emotion.
And we're kicking things off with this powerful idea from Anne Frank. What's so amazing about this is the immediacy. Hope isn't something you just sit around and wait for. No, it's the spark for action, the thing that empowers us to start making our world better right now, this very second.
You know, this old myth, it just nails a fundamental truth about being human. So Pandora opens this box, and boom, all this chaos and darkness floods out into the world. But one single thing is left behind: hope. It's such a profound concept, right? That even when we're facing the absolute worst, we have this built-in capacity for hope. It's the one thing that can never truly be taken away.
So all of this brings us to the big question for today's explainer. If we look past the myths and the quotes, what is hope really? How does it actually work? And why is it so absolutely crucial for us?
All right, first up, we're going to look at hope as your own personal superpower. We'll see how this one emotion can literally change you from the inside out.
So let's get right into the science of it, because this is fascinating. Hope isn't just some vague, fuzzy feeling. It's a real chemical reaction happening in your brain. The source calls it a happy pill, because when you're in a hopeful state, your brain literally releases endorphins. It's your own biology rewarding you for being optimistic. How cool is that?
And that chemical boost in your head? It translates to some very real, very tangible benefits for your body. I mean, check this out. Researchers have found that this mindset, this golden sunbeam, as the author beautifully puts it, is directly linked to stronger immune systems, better heart health, and even faster recovery times when you're sick. It's like a healing force for your whole body.
Hope is also what makes us resilient. And I absolutely love this metaphor of a young sapling. Just picture it. It gets stomped on, battered by storms, knocked around, but it holds on to this idea that one day it's going to be a huge, majestic tree. That sheer determination to keep growing no matter what hits you, that is the very heart of hope-fueled resilience.
This quote, I mean, it doesn't get much more blunt than that, right? But it's so perfect. Hope is that voice inside you that says, keep moving, especially when things are at their worst. It's the fundamental belief that even this hell you're in, is temporary, and there's a really good reason to push on through to the other side.
And we see this play out in real life all the time. Just look at Robert Downey Jr. The man battled some incredibly deep personal struggles and addiction, but he never let go of the hope for a different future. He chose recovery, and look what happened. He soared to heights nobody could have imagined. It's just a powerful, powerful reminder that no matter how bad things seem, hope can always light up a path forward.
Okay, so we've seen the internal effects. Let's move on and see how this inner superpower actually translates into real-world action and some pretty incredible achievements.
When a crisis hits, hope is our anchor. It's what keeps us steady. It gives us the strength to look past the immediate storm and actually picture a sunny day on the other side. It's that unwavering belief that yes, there really is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And that belief, it fuels some absolutely unbelievable determination. I mean, can you imagine being a lone traveler in the Sahara, kept alive only by the hope of seeing an oasis, even if it might just be a mirage? Or what about a student from Somalia holding on to the dream of a top-tier education against all odds, financial, societal, you name it, and then actually making it happen? That's what hope in action looks like.
This is such a brilliant way to show how hope fuels ambition, step by step by step. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's career path. He came from this tiny village in Austria with a vision, a hope-filled vision. First up, Mr. Universe. Check. Next, become a Hollywood A-lister. Done. And finally, become governor of California. It was hope that gave him the audacity to set those wild goals and the drive to knock them down one by one.
And taking it even bigger, hope is basically the engine of all human progress. It's the thing that inspires scientists and inventors to ask what if and to push the boundaries of what we know. From the Wright brothers dreaming of flight to today's innovators changing our world, it's all driven by the hope for a different, better future.
So we've seen what it does for the individual. Now let's zoom out and look at our collective hope, how it acts as this incredible unifying force for entire communities, even whole societies.
You know, when we share a sense of hope, it creates this amazing bond between us. It builds unity and trust, and it makes it possible for us to work together, to support each other, and to truly believe that together we can change the world around us.
This lyric from a My Chemical Romance song, it just perfectly captures that feeling of collective defiance, doesn't it?
It's all about that shared hope that we're going to overcome our demons, we're going to prove the doubters wrong, and we are going to build a better tomorrow together.
And that exact same spirit, that defiant hope you hear in a modern rock song, has echoed throughout history in the most powerful ways. It is the very same spirit that lit the fuse of the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955. One single, brave act from Rosa Parks sparked a shared hope that rallied an entire community to fight for a more just world.
And this shows so perfectly how hope has the power to heal, on both a tiny scale and a massive one. I mean, think about the intense, bitter rivalry between the boxers Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, which eventually, amazingly, turned into mutual admiration. Now amplify that same healing power, and that's what fuels entire social movements, bridging huge divides to create real, lasting change.
Okay, so to wrap this all up and really understand just how essential hope is, let's just imagine for a second what the alternative would look like. What if that one last thing had escaped from Pandora's box?
So let's do a quick recap. We've seen how hope is your inner superpower, literally making you healthier and more resilient. We've seen how it's the engine that turns your dreams into real achievements, and we've seen how it's the glue that bonds us together, helping us do things as a group that we could never, ever do alone.
It's why the author puts it so perfectly here. Hope is the genesis of a brighter future. It's not just a nice feeling. It is the very beginning, the seed from which all progress, all healing, and all positive change grows.
And that leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. A world without hope would just stop. It would be a world of stagnation, of despair. Nobody would even try to make things better because no one would believe that better was even possible. So after everything we've looked at today, it's really worth asking yourself, what would a world without that tiny little thing left in Pandora's box, what would that world really be like?